But we're here to celebrate a lot of different things tonight. Number one, the Varsity Club. The Varsity Club has a storied history, as I've learned. Started in 1946, 1947, and it meant completely different things to those people than it does to us today. We decided if we were going to try to resurrect the Varsity Club, that we needed to bring some people in who had been there, give us the history, and then get the school to buy into what we were doing, which they have, and that's never been the problem. The problem was trying to have an event that we could honor with a lot of dignity the honorees that have come through that school from the athletic side. So right now, there have been a lot of things that have happened athletically. The golf tournament itself has given in the last 2 to 3 years about $8,000 to $9,000 directly to the sports program. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Bob Palazzo.
Thank you, Guy. I'm going to do tonight what I do best, and that's brag about Classical High School. Our first inductee into the 2011 class for Classical High School Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame, Laurie Batastini.
My years as a student athlete at Classical High School are treasured. The feelings and emotions of receiving the Al Morrow Scholar Athlete Award more than 20 years ago have returned tonight. My accomplishments are directly attributed to my coaches and my family. The value of their influence will be lifelong. These mentors impact and guide me in every endeavor I take.
The Al Morrow Award is given to every comprehensive high school in the city of Providence. And a Classical, the award is worth $7,000. First individual, Crystal Morrison, who will be going to Notre Dame. Crystal was an all-state, she rounded off our all-state relay team indoors. She's been a stalwart on the volleyball team, making all-state as well. Without further ado, Crystal Morrison. Could you please come up? Gatorade, very special award, is given to each sport category in the state of Rhode Island. They pick one athlete per sport across the state, and they are represented as the Gatorade team from Rhode Island that's recognized nationally. I'm pointing over to the banner there that will hang in the gymnasium. But our next recipient for the Al Morrow Award was also the Gatorade Athlete of the Year in track and field. So Jarrell is the first track athlete. He holds the state record in the 400-meter hurdles. He captained the team to 12 division and class championships. We knocked on the door to many open state titles, girls and boys both finishing third this year, spectacular finishes. But Jarrell was more than just a leader. He was a believer in the classical motto, and he led by his example on the track. So without further ado, Gatorade has a presentation of a very special award you haven't seen. Your Gatorade Player of the Year for track and field and Al Morrow recipient, Jarrell Forbes. I'm going to introduce the 1983-84, 84-85 state championship soccer team.
What I'd really like to thank is our two coaches, Mr. Moses and Mr. Parody. They instilled a lot of core values in us, a lot of discipline, a lot of focus. The discipline was number one. He made us also believe that we were better than we actually were, which is a good thing. And it's hard to believe it's been 25 years, but I'd like to thank everyone because this is very important for all the kids. I know the best 4 years of my life, let's say one of the best 4 years of my life was in high school. It was great, have fond memories, and that fall semester was probably one of the better semesters.
It is my pleasure and my honor to introduce a superior athlete, a scholar, and a true gentleman. He is what I believe to be the ideal classical athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, 2011 inductee into the Classical Hall of Fame, Phil Bartlett.
I think David really hit the nose you know, he hit square in the nose when he talked about Al Morrow and Al Morrow's tradition. And I know that for many of the retired teachers here and coaches, and I know for Robert Palazzo, you know exactly what he meant to all of us. And I think for many of us to achieve on the field was we had a tremendous amount of respect for Al Morrow and a tremendous amount of fear. And we had a tremendous amount of fear not to let him down, not to make a mistake. And he drove us to achieve things, of course, that we never would have been able to do.
So tonight, it gives me great privilege to honor and recognize Dayna Bazar into the 2011 Hall of Fame class. And tonight, I'd like to ask David Bazar and his great niece to come up and accept the plaque into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Anthony. On behalf of my family, I'd like to thank the Alumni Association and the Athletic Hall of Fame Committee for this honor. Before I say a few things about Dayna, I want to comment on Guy's remarks. Guy spoke to you about your Alumni Association and where you're going. And as classical alums, I would encourage you to support this great place and everything Guy's doing. As a graduate of Providence Country Day, I took great delight in Guy telling you that you're light years ahead of Wheeler, Moses Brown, and Lincoln. So that's great work. She was great on the soccer field, basketball, and softball. But what Dayna was to my family and to those of who know her was a great person. And she had a keen sense of humor. And I remember one story where her coach, I think it was Coach Ellenwood, threw his clipboard down in practice. Unfortunately, it bounced up and hit her in the head. So the next day, Dayna came to practice with a football helmet on, protecting herself and her teammates. And this award, if Dayna were here, would tell you, isn't her honor alone, but it belongs to her teammates and her coaches who made her the person she was, and the things that they taught her, she carried with her till the end. So again, on behalf of my family, I'd like to thank the committee. I'd like to congratulate the other inductees on this great night. And it's been said, to live in the hearts of others is to never die. And Dayna, because of you, continues to live on. Thank you.
Senior, going to St. John's University, one of my hammer throwers. Captain of the track team, Ashley Tavares. Ashley, come on up. Going to Worcester State, Max Levely, one of the track team captains. An all-stater in volleyball, led us to the playoffs, just a great, great leader. Tommy Reyes, off to NYU. Oh boy, Tommy. A true classical, like this young lady, in every stretch of the imagination, walks around with that definition on her. Quiet, humble, hardworking, everything you can imagine. Alexandra Schmeling, off to Yale University. Off to Notre Dame, our Al Morrow scholarship winner, Crystal Morrison. Volleyball, track and field, and softball. Volleyball, softball. I just could not get her on that track team. Rayanne Lopes, off to URI. Jarrell Forbes. Jarrell. Off to St. John's University. Tells me he's going to start a men's track program. Me and your dad agreed on it, so that means you're going to do it. Evan Fleming, captain of the boys' track team, 60-foot weight thrower. Not bad. The Joyful Eye off to Harvard University, all-stater in track, leader of our girls' track team. Her counterpart off to URI, our diligent captain also, who just pure guts. What else do you say? Lindsay Kopek. Lindsay. Alexi Acosta, University of Bridgeport. I put way too much pressure on you, don't I? She led our girls' field hockey team to a state championship. They said we didn't belong there. Ladies and gentlemen, the old to the new, they're carrying the torch. How about a round of applause for our Varsity Club athletes, our Hall of Fame inductees, and our committee members. What an event. What an evening. Thank you very much.